Dear students, in this class, we are going to discuss about what are all the various points or precautions to be considered for national income calculation. We know very well, national income is the money value of all goods and services and finally produced in a domestic country in the current year plus net factor income from abroad. This is a definition for national income. But national income calculation is not that much easy one. We should be very careful and very wide knowledge about what are the various factors to be included and excluded. That's what I'm going to cover in this video. First one, the points to be considered for national income calculation. The first thing we need to consider about any kind of second-hand transaction should not included in the current year national income calculation. That may be old house, old machinery, bikes, so whatever it is. So if you are selling in the second-hand means that should not be included in the current year national income calculation because that was produced in the previous year. For an example, in 2018 a car was purchased for rupees 5 lakh. The next year in 2019 if it was sold for rupees 3 lakh, the remaining 2 lakhs goes to the value for depreciation. So for the national income calculation in the year 2018, we will take the full 5 lakh because it is already recorded. In the year 2019 national income, nothing will be recorded because it is already recorded in the year 2018. In the year 2019, it hasn't produced anything. So we should not include here. But if any kind of commission or brokerage paid to sell the car, that income will be included in the national income calculation because the person providing the service, anything which is produced in the economy, actually he is providing the service. So for his service, we need to include these kind of commission or brokerage for his service. We need to include in the national income calculation. Second point, if anything produced for self-consumption will be added for national income calculation. Of course, if anything produced but it is self-consumption means what we should do. If it is produced means it should be disclosed to the government. It should be added even though consumed by self, we should consider for national income calculation. For an example, when a farmer is producing 500 kg rice, he sold 300 kgs in the market and remaining 200 kg took for his own consumption. So, how much to be considered for national income calculation? 300 or 200 or full 500? Yes, obviously, we need to consider the whole produced 500 kg rice for national income calculation because production is important. Buying and selling is secondary. So, even though it is consumed by self, we should disclose totally about the overall production for national income calculation. The next point, any kind of financial investment should be excluded from national income calculation. So here we should consider any kind of investment or investment done in any kind of instruments like FDs, shares, bond, debentures. Such investments should be excluded from national income calculation because money is shifting from its place. Neither goods nor service produced, investments will not be taken for national income calculation because the money is shifting from one person to another person. It doesn't produce anything. So we will not include the national income calculation about these investment. But the income generated by the financial service providers can be taken into consideration, as well as the income from over these investments or from these investments such as interest, dividends. So these kind of amount can be called as investment incomes. These incomes should be included for national income calculation. Please carefully listen. The kind of investments should be excluded from national income calculation, and income over from these investments should be excluded from the NI calculation. The next point, if foreign companies doing business in India. For an example, you can take Reebok, Adidas. So these kind of companies, they are doing business in India, but their origin and their residential office class is in foreign country. So how can we consider the national income calculation? Now, in this case, we can have two ideas. One is value of goods produced and the profits earned. If you divide this case, the value of goods produced in our domestic country, so it should be included in the national income, because production is done in the domestic country in the particular year. So we should include, but the profit earned should be excluded from national income calculation. Even no profit, it should not be considered, because that can be registered in their home country. So we should not include in our domestic income calculation. So two things is important. Only the value of goods produced by the foreign companies, those who are doing business in our country, should be included for national income calculation. The profit earned should not be included. It should be excluded, because that will be registered in their own home country. The next point, any kind of illegal income or income from wrong sources, maybe for an example, smuggling, block marketing, hoarding, corruption, hawala money. So all these incomes are illegal income. These income from wrong sources should not be included in your national income calculation. It should be totally avoided. It should be totally excluded from national income calculation. The next point, any kind of gains or losses should be excluded from national income calculation. So the gains and losses may be by the way of gift, trophies, or medals and awards, or winning a title like a man of the match by way, if you are getting any monetary benefits, then a series, whatever it is. So if it is a gain, it should be excluded from your national income calculation. For an example, another example for gains or losses you can take. If a father purchased a property few years back for 5 lakhs, now the value is 10 lakhs. So here nothing we produce, it's just because of market performance. That is, the price rise from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs just because of market performance. We didn't anything. It is the value of capital appreciation. No one did anything towards with the capital. So these gains should not be taken into consideration for national income calculation. The next point, any inventory or stock or goods produced in the current year should be included in national income calculation. Changes in business inventory, change in stock, addition into new stock, etc. all comes under the same line. It should be included in your national income calculation. For an example, if a tire manufacturing company, they are producing 100 tires, they produced in the year 2019. Among these 100 tires, Maruti Suzuki takes 50 tires and convert into a brand new car. So the manufacturer left with 50 tires. So how can we calculate the national income in this case? The national income will be calculated with the value of car plus cost of 50 tires. Though the tire is not a final product, but still it were produced in the year. So it has to be added Though tire is the intermediate product, it should be taken into consideration for national income calculation. So these are all the various important points we should bear in mind while calculating the national income. Thank you.